So imagine you're scrolling on your phone through social media. Maybe it's Facebook or Instagram, whatever thing you use to connect with other people. And you see that your family is out at a restaurant you have been talking about forever, or maybe your friends are at a concert that you've told them about 1,000 times. Regardless, you'll probably be asking yourself a few questions. One of those questions will probably be, am I missing out on that experience right now? Why was I not invited to that? Am I not worthy of that experience? If you felt like that, then you've probably felt the feeling a lot of people have felt. This is called FOMO, or the fear of missing out. The fear of missing out can affect mental health and lead to depression and anxiety. It can also cause you to isolate yourself and feel like the things you're doing are less interesting than what others are doing. FOMO is a widespread issue, and I've spent about a week researching it, including looking at first-hand accounts and looking at peer-reviewed data. And I've come to the conclusion that FOMO affects most people, but there's a simple solution, and that's focusing on your own goals and practicing mindful social media usage. Before we get into the solution to the problem, we should discuss what FOMO is and how it affects you. Like I said before, FOMO is a serious mental health problem, and it can cause a lot of mental health side effects. Dr. Plisbecky, who is a psychologist, states that FOMO is linked to increased anxiety, depression, and feelings of loneliness. And in a study by Huang called Computers in Human Behavior, he showed that increased social media usage leads to less feelings of satisfaction in people's own personal lives, as well as a decreased interest with people wanting to pursue their own goals. So we know that this is a problem that can cause a lot of disastrous side effects, but how does this affect you and why does it really apply to you, or why would it matter? Like I said, FOMO can cause things like anxiety and depression. And while those words are just generalized terms, it means that you can feel lonely, isolated, and disconnected from people you would usually feel connected to. When you feel like you're missing out on other people's experiences, you'll also feel like you're isolated from your peer group, since you're not doing the same things or enjoying the same activities as them. However, it's important to remember that although FOMO diminishes our ability to enjoy our normal relationships and lives, most people feel the same way. In a study by Eventbrite, one of America's largest resellers of tickets for big events like concerts and festivals, they found that about 70% of young adults and about 65% of adults over the age of 55 experienced FOMO, and about 55% of them said that it negatively impacted their lives. It's important to remember that most people have experienced FOMO. Just how you feel like you're missing out on other people's life experiences, other people probably feel like they're missing out on yours. By talking about how you feel isolated and how you feel like you're missing out, you'll actually be connecting with other people that feel like they're missing out as well, causing both of y'all to be less isolated and feel more accepted amongst your peer group. So we know that other people feel the same way. We know what FOMO is, and we know what it causes. But how do we solve that problem? Well, there are two big solutions. One, stated by Melissa Hunt, reveals that reducing social media usage increases one's pursuance of their own personal goals and ambitions. By not focusing on what other people are posting, you get to focus on what you actually enjoy. Another big key is remembering that social media and most digitized things are glamorized and idealized. So you're not really seeing the big picture, but just the pretty parts. By remembering when you're on social media, everything isn't usually what it seems, you remember that you're not really missing out, because those glorified things require the same work and same ambitions as the goals that you have. By practicing social media mindfulness, as well as remembering that not everything you see on TV is real, you'll be able to pursue your own goals and focus on your own life. Life doesn't happen behind a screen. You should pursue your own goals and make sure to focus on what matters to you. That's the best tip we're going to get.